Jay Lang.
Yo, it's your boy Jay Lang. Hey, check this out. If you're a business owner, if you know some type of artist that wants some exposure, tell them hit me up in my DM or call me on my phone 662-392-6318 and we can work something out so we can get you exposed.
All right, y'all. You got your boy Jay Lang. Got special guest today, man. Slide 30.
Hey, what it do? What it do?
What's up, man? We gonna start off. Where in the heck did Slide 30 come from? Where did the name come from?
Oh man, you want the dumbed down version or the actual version?
We wanted everything real. We
All
want
right,
real.
all right. Well, the actual version is it came from my football number, but my favorite player was always Terrell Davis for the Denver Broncos, and he wore number 30. And so when I was playing football at Greenwood High, um, I never could just find a alter ego, so to speak. I went from Sly Real Davis to Sly TD and all that, and then just all of a sudden, Sly 30 came up, and I can credit that furthermore to Jay Lane because we was at my old house one day and he just started calling me Thuty, Thuty, and it just stuck with me. So that's where it came from.
I believe you 30 way before that, though.
Yeah, man. It was like 30, but then when Jay Lane came about, it came 30. So I just stuck with it, man. I played in high school, played a little college, but as you can see, I got 2 war wounds that dumb my career down, but I also play semi-pro and I'm a state champion in that. So, yeah.
Okay. So when did your passion for football come around?
Oh man, really? It kind of fluttered in high school. I mean, I always just loved the physical part of it, but when I actually got to understand the game and realize there was more of chess than checkers, I got older. I was older. In high school, that's all Brady taught us, just to be physical. Hit, head first, hit. But like I say, after tearing my body up, I had to learn how to play chess and not checkers. So, the passion came in high school, but the love came after high school. I played at MDCC, but I tore my other ACL and ended up just sitting out a year. And I can thank Daryl for putting together that semi-pro team, the Delta Blades, where I just fell in love all over again, man. I enjoyed it. I was the leading rusher for the team, defending MEFL champions. I went on to play for like 3 other teams. I went and played down in Macomb for Pike County and went to four state championships with them.
Okay.
We lost all of them.
Man,
But we got there.
It was fun, though.
It was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed every moment, man.
Who was Daryl? Daryl who?
Oh, Daryl Sproul, man.
Oh,
He was one of my teammates in high school. 31 flavors and slide 30. Should have been the best backfield that Greenwood High ever had, but things didn't go in our favor. So,
What year was this?
2001, and then my senior year was 2002.
Okay, cool. 2001, 2002. Who was the coach then?
Coach Charles Brady.
Coach Brady. Okay, yeah. Coach Brady did good things, didn't it?
Yeah. I'm a born again Christian, so I go ahead and agree.
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. What's the difference now and then with sports? Like in high school, is there a significant difference? You think?
More finesse. People focus more on the flashy part of it instead of the basics. And see, we was always taught physical, be physical. But and to quote Floyd Mayweather. You know, he said the art of boxing is to hit and not get hit. So, you know, I like the direction the game has evolved in, but I'm an old school player. I'm still like, break my nose and I want to break your nose. You know, that's the part I want to be a part of, you know.
Yeah, you like,
Yeah,
you
I'm
like the
physical.
crackbacks.
Yeah, crackbacks and all that. People ain't doing that nowadays. They just want to outrun you. I want to run through you.
So yeah, guys your age gonna feel pretty much the same.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Our era, I ain't gonna say it's gone or dead, but it's definitely changed. It definitely changed.
Back then, was it any child sports back then?
No. I mean, the only like little league I remember at that time was like the rec. You know, you go to the rec and play basketball or whatever. Excuse me, in Boys and Girls Club. Well, it was just a boys club back then.
Well, that was just pretty much just basketball.
Yeah, that was just basketball. You can shoot pool. They had a little miniature golf course. I used to like playing on the golf course, but you know.
Yeah, but for as being playing
Organized?
as team, organized, yeah, that's what I'm looking
No.
organized and that.
No. It was strictly like when you got to junior high, that's when you got to organized ball.
I need to reach out to the guy that's responsible for the little league, the little pee wee league
Oh,
that
yeah.
going on now.
I enjoyed it. I actually got, I was fortunate enough and blessed enough to, you know, be a part of it. When I got older, Twan and a couple more guys had asked me to come out there and help out, and I loved it. That was like, I love that more than I love actually playing the game. When you can actually pass your knowledge on to someone else and see them use it to make them better. Oh man, I loved it.
So what age range are the kids?
I was coaching 11 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was coaching, 11 and 12.
11 and 12. So, but what are the age ranges that be out there? Was the only age?
Oh
range?
man, no, they got them early, and I like I say, going back to what we said earlier about evolving. I love where sports is today right now because they're getting the kids at 6 and 7, 5 and 4, you know, and they're training them up to learn how. That's why it went from physical to finesse, because these kids they don't want to get hit, you know, so they don't have to be physical because all they learn now is just I'm just gonna outrun you, right. And you know, it's a gift and a curse, but the beautiful part about you seeing someone work and get to, you know, possibly to that next level, and it's building them up, getting them better and better through every stage of their life, and that's the part I love about it.
So tell me this: if you had those same avenues, the same thing when you was growing up, what do you think? Where you think you would be? You think?
Oh, no question. No question. NFL. Probably had a drug problem. No, I'm kidding.
No.
4 or 5 kids out of wedlock. Nah. Yeah, man. But I think, like, honestly, if I had that opportunity, I think I would have understood the game better. Because going back to what I said earlier, when it went from a passion to a love, when it became a love, I understood it. You know, I understood it to the point where, okay, now I'm playing chess. I'm no longer trying to just get a king to jump you. I don't have to play checkers with you. I'm playing chess now. I'm going to take your king. I'm going to take your kingdom, you know. So getting to that point, I would have got there faster if I would have played at 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Right. Because the things that I end up having to learn at 16 and 17, I would have already had it from 7 to 10. You see what I'm saying?
Let's transition that same concept right there into education. You say if you had this certain educational experience at that age, you'd been better off at a later age. That applies to education as well, right? When you think?
To a certain extent. because you got to understand education in sports. I don't want to sound kind of, may I use profanity? I don't want to sound fucked up, but education and sports to me are two different things. It based on want. If a child want to learn, that child's gonna learn.
Of course, yeah.
If a child want to play football, he gonna play. Ain't no guarantee he gonna be good at it.
Right.
You know, ain't no guarantee he not gonna be good at it.
Right.
But it just comes down to want. With education, it falls strictly in the individual's lap. I think students nowadays are, I'm not gonna say dealt a bad hand, they just don't know how to play their hand. Because some kids, go back to a conversation I had with someone the other day, you know, about talking about our youth. You got young boys and young men out there that can quote you an entire NBA YoungBoy song, but don't know a simple math problem. Don't know anything about Greek mythology. Can't even tell you what a pronoun is. Mm-hmm. So is that a reflection on their parents? In my opinion, no. It's a reflection on that individual, because it falls on that person to want to learn.
I don't know, man.
I mean, show me.
Yeah.
Give me a scenario where you can fault a parent.
The parent got to take accountability for that, though.
Why?
What you mean?
So if a parent, tell me this. You know, I'm gonna let you finish, but tell me this: if a parent works every day, provide a good life for that child, but that child still choose the streets, or that child still choose not to learn at school, or that child still choose to skip school and be in the streets, or fucking up, dealing drugs or smoking drugs, that's still the parents' fault.
So you just gonna give up on the child?
I ain't say give up. Notice what I'm saying. I'm putting the blame on the individual. Mm-hmm. It's the child responsibility to say no to those things.
But it's the parents. The parents got to put that seed into that child. They got to
agree.
put that seed into that child and keep them away from things like that. They got to show them the negative.
Notice what I just said.
Stuff that comes from those
Notice what I just said.
And the positive.
A parent created a lifestyle for that child. If that child do not choose to walk that lifestyle, that's on the child.
A child? What age
Case in
range
point.
are you talking? What age range are you talking about?
I think you, well, in our society, in the African American society, I think boys don't understand life until probably 17. Girls, I give them 15 or 14, because it's so many different things that can happen in a girl's life. A girl can become a mother at 14 and 13. Now she's responsible for another life. So the maturity level, I give women more credit. I think women mature faster than men. Far as the males, it's gonna take some things to make them mature. And if they're not maturing to the level in which they need to be, they just gonna fall by the wayside. The parent can create any type of narrative they want for that child.
Right.
You can discipline your child the right way. You can talk to your child. You can raise your child the right way, put all the right things in your child's life. But it's still gonna fall in that child's lap.
Right.
In order to do those things.
Right.
If that child don't want to do it, I don't care what you do.
That's okay.
It's on that child.
Yeah.
Go back to what I was saying earlier. An individual is only responsible for an individual. Case in point, I used to have this neighbor back in my back when adolescent, growing up at home with my mom, and my neighbor parents were deep in the church. Mm-hmm. I mean, they were so deep in the church where they didn't celebrate nothing. You know, they was like that deep in church where Halloween was a sin and all that.
See, I see where you're going. That's
But here's what it is.
okay. I see where you're
Mama
going.
worked. Mama was a teacher. Daddy worked. Daddy was in law enforcement. They disciplined their children. They gave their children religion. They taught their children right from wrong. One child got it. They had 3 kids. One child got it. One child grew up. That child kind of had like some medical issues, so they didn't really just, you know, they still needed help, you know. But the middle child became a murderer. So is that on the family, the mom and daddy, or is that on the child?
Yeah, at a certain age, okay.
All his life.
At a certain
All
age,
his life.
Certain age, he grew up and started straying away or whatnot.
All his life.
But they was, you know, that was a little bit too strict. That was a strict family that didn't let them do too much and nothing to know to kind of see.
Case in point, though.
Yeah, but you gotta have a little yin yang. You gotta be strict, but you gotta entrust, you know, get the children something to do. You know what I'm saying? To see. You can't have them just in jail all the time, because if you have them locked up all the time, when they finally get out, they gonna want to experiment and see. You know what I'm saying? That's a different type of situation. What you talking about, Sly?
No.
You talking about them folks was super strict. Wouldn't let them do nothing.
I mean, no, we played football, we played basketball, we did all the things
Them
that
type
a
of folks
child
couldn't go
should
to
have been
the-
doing.
I don't think that family right there even went to the fair.
I mean,
Those folks super strict. I think
but
I know
I'm
what you're
saying,
talking about.
you said it's on the parent.
Yeah.
I can honestly say those parents were in their child's life.
Yeah.
And they were doing everything right
They
by
were
the
too
book.
strict though. They were too strict. They were too. You gotta give them a little freedom.
So
if you have something bottled up for so long,
So too
and once
strict
they get
still
out,
make you a murderer? Talk to me. Talk to me. So being strict makes you a murderer.
what we talking about?
I mean, you know, hey, what we talking? Apples and oranges or grapes and pineapples? What we talking?
Too strict though. But yeah, man. It was,
Okay.
There was something going on right there though. There was something going on.
And everybody, we're not laughing at the situation.
Oh, no,
we're not laughing at the
Not at
situation.
all.
We're just, you know, expressing our humor and debating.
I like that, man. We gonna switch that though. But how important do you think a man is in a child's life?
I think it's very important let me rewind. I think it's important for a real man to be in a child's life.
So what's a real man?
A real man is basically what we've been talking about. Someone that can nurture, love, discipline, play, teach, and be a man towards his son or daughter.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you don't carry those categories or you don't carry those qualities, I'm not saying you're a bad parent, but I'm just saying it's some things you might need to reevaluate about yourself before you start trying to raise your child.
So, you have any kids?
Yes, I got 4.
What impact does your kids have on you?
The reason I wake up and move every minute, every moment of my life.
You feel like you had them kids though, you'll be rich.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
He love his kids.
Yeah,
Man. He love his kids.
less responsibilities as possible, Jack.
So, what kind of advice would you give an upcoming young man that's about to have a child?
What situation is he in? Is he in a situation where he don't see eye to eye with the mother, or he's in a situation where him and the mother are establishing and building a family?
Establishing and building a family. We're gonna go with that one first.
Okay. Stay strong. Be the driving force for your family. Allow your woman to be your anchor. Because me and my wife, we have a motto. I always tell her, let me take all the punishment. Let me take all the punches. You just be there when I need somebody to lean on. Cause right now, I want to drag this ship. And that's probably why I had a heart attack. But
Oh, you had a heart attack?
oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, man.
Oh, we're gonna get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. Now let's say a guy's having a child by a lady he don't want to have no dealing with. It was just really an accident. What kind of advice would you give?
I ain't gonna say double standards about that. I see that from a personal point of view, and I see that from a male point of view. If a man fathers a child with a woman that he really don't want to have nothing to do with, support them financially. Support them financially. If that's all you can offer, then do it. But as a man, you should want to be in that child's life, and you should want to teach that child and have that child learn from you. But like I say, I know all circumstances different, and a lot of people go through this and that. So just do what's best for you and do what's best for the child.
Father's Day coming up. Do you think Father's Day get as much notoriety as Mother's Day?
Fuck no. Not at all. Hell, I forgot Father's Day was coming up. Shit, I know I ain't getting shit. It's all right though. Good Lord, give me another day to open my eyes. I'm cool with that.
You don't get nothing, man.
I ain't getting shit. I ain't getting a blow pop. I don't know. My daughter, I doubt if she surprised me, but my daughter probably surprised me, and my wife probably surprised me. So I know my son. My son don't give a shit about none of that.
How old is your son?
My son is 7, going on 35. That dude is funny as hell, man.
You see some of the same things in him?
Fuck no. And I'm glad.
Oh,
Nothing, man. I was terrible. I was a terrible child. I can't even, if I spoke on some of the stuff I did as a kid, my ass would be locked up right now.
Man, what you do?
Man, we're gonna need another time to talk about all that. But no, man, my son is so sweet, man. My son is so sweet. He just he's not sociable, but he's sociable, if that makes sense. Like, he know to speak and ask how you doing, or hey, how you doing, but he don't really want to like hold a conversation with anyone. Okay. He feel comfortable. If he can play by himself, he good by himself.
Introverted.
Yeah.
Introverted, okay. You got me tripped out. Yeah, on a serious note, man, the heart attack thing, how'd that happen?
Shit, I don't know. Seriously, it happened April 22nd, 21st, April 21st. No, April 22nd of this year. Well, it actually started April 21st. I was having a heart attack for 2 days. And the doctor told me I was under stress. I didn't really feel like I was under stress, but I guess hidden stress is the silent killer. Damn, whatever they tell you, is the silent killer. I can just go ahead and rewind and just tell you the whole, story about what happened. Like I say, it started April 21st.
Heart attack for 2 days?
Yeah, I was having a heart attack for 2 days.
I didn't know that was even possible.
I didn't either, but it happened. That Tuesday night, I was restless. I couldn't sleep because I was having like severe chest pains, and it really just felt like gas. It just felt like gas at the time, and so I told my wife around about 4:30, because I had walked the house the whole night. I was just walking because that was the only thing that was giving me a little relief, but you could feel the pain. So she got up and she gave me a barrel of aspirin. I took a barrel, and let me rewind for a second, then I'm gonna finish the story. But I don't even take barrel aspirin, but I'm gonna show you how good God is and how He I ain't gonna say set traps, but he set things in motion for you. I don't take bare aspirin. I take Aleve or ibuprofen. I went to Walmart one night and something just told me pick up the bare. So I picked up the bare aspirin and read it, and it said fever reduce and for back pain and all that. Didn't even think about it for a heart, anything. Now, keep in mind, I had bought the bare aspirin 3 days before I had the heart attack. Mm-hmm. So God had already set a seed for me to live a little longer. And I'm forever grateful for that. So back to the story, she gave me a bare aspirin. I took the bare aspirin and the pain subsided for a minute, just long enough so I can go to sleep. So when I finally went to sleep, like I say, it was about 4:30 in the morning. I woke up about 7 and I started getting ready for work. And so I was getting ready for work and I got dressed and drove, because at that time I was working in Winona and that's about 20 minutes away from my house. So I drove to work. Still had the little tingling and pain in my chest. And but I just went on because in my mind I can just go. That's how I always been. Just go. So I get to work. Me and my coworker, it just only us in the store. So we're working, and so around about 11, my chest just started getting tight. I'm feeling it. It's just like somebody just twisting my chest. And so I told my coworker, I said, hey man, something ain't feeling right, man. I'm probably gonna need to go. So she told me, she was like, well, I tell you what, Sly, let me just go ahead and take a lunch break. And when I get back, you can go and go. I was like, all right, cool, that will do. So walked around the store in there by myself, steady doing stuff. Now all of a sudden it's getting to the point where it just really tighten up. So I laid across the counter and just kind of catching my breath and pacing myself. So when she got back, I ended up leaving. So as I was leaving and driving back home from Winona, I had called my wife. I said, hey, meet me at the house. I probably need you to take me to the hospital. I don't really feel good. She said, okay. So as I'm driving, I'm feeling myself kind of like, blinking out. I'm steady opening my eyes and steady dropping my head, and I'm feeling it. And the whole time I'm doing this, it's just like I'm trying to burp, but I can't burp. It just, my chest just steady, just flexing, just steady hurting and getting tighter. So I get home. My wife ended up taking me to Greenville floor, and I got to Greenville floor. I was in the waiting room for probably about another hour until they took me back. And so when I finally went back, they came in. They pretty much just ran through the whole scheme, asked me what was going on, blase. And so they ran an EKG and an X-ray. And so the doctor came in, and by this time I'm in the bed. They had already hooked me up with an IV and everything. And so the doctor came in, and he said that, Mr. Taylor, you had a high concentrated enzymes in your chest. And so I didn't pay attention in biology. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. But my wife, she caught it immediately. So just so happened one of her classmates was one of the nurses. So she went out there and asked her to come in. And when she came in, and mind you, I'm laying in the bed. Like, I'm still in pain, but I'm just laying in the bed, just kind of just, waiting for whatever. And so when she comes in, she said, such and such, the doctor said Sly had a high concentrated enzymes in his blood. What that mean? And she just came out and told her, and I respect it, but it kind of, fucked me up. She came out and said, oh, Sly had a heart attack. And Dr. Harper just, he got a way of telling people. So I'm like, so all I heard was heart attack. I'm like, what? What do you mean? How am I functioning and talking to you right now if I had a heart attack?
Right.
So by that time, Dr. Harper came in. And this when it got totally serious and just scary. But again, Dr. Harper, if you watching it, I am forever grateful, and I thank you for your honesty and what you did for me. Dr. Harper came in and he said, "Son, you had a heart attack. And as right now, there's nothing, and I mean nothing, we can do for you here." By now, I'm fucking panicking. My ass is tighter than an elastic band around a skinny man neck, you know. So I'm out of it. So, and he continued with, "Son, you had a heart attack. There's absolutely nothing we can do for you here. I've already made preparations for you at a facility in Jackson. We're getting you out of here tonight. I've already called for the ambulance. They'll be here within the next hour. They're going to load you up and they're going to drive you to Jackson, and you will have emergency surgery either tonight or tomorrow morning." I'm still in like I'm 38. I mean, shit just ain't processed yet. I'm 38. I just had a heart attack. They shipped me out to have emergency surgery. So all this shit just really steady plowing up on me. And so I get there, I get to Mary Health, and they run another x-ray. And Dr. Harper had told me before I left that I had one blocked artery. And so when I got there, the on-call doctor came in and he suggested me to the heart specialist that they had down there. And another crazy thing, going back to how good God is and how he put you on a path that's gonna work in your favor. They sent me to the only hospital with the #1 heart surgeon in the state. Dr. Walden is world renowned as being a heart specialist. That is his thing. That's what he works on, the heart. He don't want no shit about your brain. He ain't gonna tell you nothing about your stomach. Everything about your heart, he's gonna tell you everything about your heart. And so I get there. They start prepping me for surgery. Like around about, I got there late in the night. It was like 4 again. And so they let me rest, and then they start prepping me the next morning. So I'm also a diabetic, so my sugar was kind of elevated from the medications. And so they kept me like for another 24 hours because of my sugar or whatever. And so when they started feeding me with medication for that full day, they were steady running tests and steady doing blood work. And that's when they found out that I had 2 more blocked arteries. So I had a total of 3 blocked arteries. And it get deeper now. And I had 3 blocked arteries. I had one that was 100% blocked, one that was 70% blocked, and one that was 50% blocked. So when Dr. Walden finally came in and talked to me, and they started prepping me the next day, and they starved me that first day. That first day, I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't just do nothing because they didn't want to jeopardize anything that could either send me this way or that way, you know. So they didn't want to do that. So when, like I say, when Dr. Walden came in, he told me what it was going to be and how it was going to go and what the procedure was going to be. They were going to focus on the artery that was 100% blocked. So the next day, after they starved me the first day, they went on ahead and prepped me the second day. And getting ready, I kind of started getting nervous. And so one of the guys, one of the other doctors that was, and those doctors were super cool. And that whole facility was great because they made me feel like I was the only person there, because they were checking on me round the clock and just, make sure I had everything I needed. And I appreciate them. Mary Health, anybody watching that work at Mary Health, I appreciate y'all. Christmas gifts on me. Thank you. So when they started prepping me for surgery, a bunch of male doctors started coming in, And one of the guys kind of looked like Todd Christie from Christie No Best. And I was still kind of like under some drugs. So I looked at him. I was like, hey, man, you look like Todd Christie. and and he told me, he said, man, I get that a lot. And I was like, oh, okay. So, and crazy thing, his name was Todd. His last name was Todd. His name was Dr. Todd. And so we ended up talking, and those guys were super cool. They was in there hagging and just, just cracking jokes. But going back to Todd, when they was getting ready to roll me out and take me to the area where my surgery gonna be performed, I was just kind of like, I was just like this in the bed. My legs were rocking, and so Todd looked over at me. He said, "You nervous?" I said, "Kinda." Going back to what I said earlier, God always puts Himself in a situation. I don't care how you may think it go, God is always in it. This man said, "You nervous?" I said, kind of a little. He said, "Stop. Everybody stop what you're doing." He stopped everybody. And mind you, it's like 4 or 5 people in the room, and that's not including me and my wife. I got like 3 nurses in there, 2 doctors, my wife, myself, and he told everybody, "Stop what you're doing." And he told everybody to gather around me, let's pray. That's what he said. He was like, let's pray. And he took us all by the hand and he prayed. And when I honestly, I can't remember what he said, but all I remember, a ton of bricks just being released. I mean, I felt so much better after that. I was always taught that, but when you get put in certain situations, you draw a blank. I was already thanking God for sparing me, but I didn't know the outcome. Right. So it was kind of hard for me to be like, God, please.
Especially you never been in that.
I ain't never been in, right, correct, right.
Yeah.
And so when he did that, like I say, it was just, cool breeze. So I went in, they went through the procedure. The procedure was like, probably maybe 35, 45 minutes. It wasn't long at all. Basically, they went in through my groin area and ran a tube to my chest and unblocked the artery that was 100% blocked. So he did that. He got the blockage taken care of, put the stent in. And so when I got back to my room, he told me he wanted to see me in 2 weeks. And so still ain't out the water. I go back down there to see Dr. Walden and to his physician, to his building and his office. And that's when he told me, he said, "I didn't want to tell you at this time, but you have a case that's not common in a lot of men. And the survival rate on it is less than the common of the particular thing that I had." I had what you call a widowmaker. I had a main artery that was on top of my heart, but it wasn't connected to anything.
Wow.
Yeah. And so when he got to explain it to me, I'm like in shock. And then as the conversation went on, we're talking face to face, me and him face to face. And he just, cause he's sitting down and he's showing me everything on the screen, and he's showing me where the artery is on top of my heart, and he's showing like where it should be connected at, but it wasn't connected. And so he told me, he said, "And to be honest with you, Mr. Taylor, I don't even know how you're alive right now." God, nothing but God. And so after that conversation, I'm just in like total like, mind-boggling. And so after that conversation, he was like, "But I can fix it." After he told me that, I was still just on the fence like, God, what's next? And same conversation. I can fix it. I'm 100% that I can fix it and I can make you whole again. So, and you know, the crazy thing was, how long have I been having this?
Right.
You know,
How does it happen?
don't know. Apparently, he told me it's been going on pretty much all my life.
Man.
Because the one thing he did tell me that, you know, kind of gave me a little piece of relief was, he said, you got a good heart. You got a strong heart. There's no damage to your heart whatsoever. It's just the vessels around your heart that you got the problem, and I can fix them. Going back to God. Have no issues with what you specialize in. So you don't even have to worry about it. It's the things around it, and you can fix it. So, you know, we go in. He tell me that he wanted me to go in for a second procedure. And I was like, still on the fence, like, oh God, what next? You know? So they treated me for the next month with medication to get me ready for my second procedure. So when I got ready for my second procedure, and I went back down, pretty much same hospital, same doctor. He told me, he broke down everything, and he was just like, this could happen, this could happen, this could happen, but I guarantee you what's gonna happen, I'm gonna fix your problem. Relief. So going in the second time was kind of scary, but I went in more comfortable than I went in the first time. And so when I went in the second time, he fixed the widowmaker, and he fixed the stent. He put a stent in the vessel that was in the artery that was 70% blocked.
So you got 2 stents.
Yes.
You got 2 stents. And
I got 2 stents in the widowmaker, so I got a total of 3 stents altogether.
Oh, he put it. Oh, okay. So
yeah, he put a stent in the widowmaker and hooked it to another artery, so everything can work the way it need to work.
Man.
Yeah.
I didn't know the widowmaker part. You already told me so.
Yeah.
The widowmaker part.
Yeah. It blew my mind when they told me, cause I didn't know anything about it. Like, even like my mother-in-law, she's like a nurse practitioner. She wasn't even familiar with it, and then she Googled it and you know, researched it, and that's when she told me, like, yo, this is a real thing. You know.
Man, that's mind blowing, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would have took that, man. You strong.
Man, you know, I appreciate it, but you know, every moment I got to the point where I was just trying to cherish it. I was trying to cherish every moment, because I had some bad spells where I cried, and I thought, like, God, I got so much left to do. I got so much. It just that Kobe meme kept flashing in my head, where they told Kobe, said, you won game 3. What's next? Do you feel comfortable? And he said, job finished. Job not finished. I'm not comfortable.
Right.
You know, why should I be comfortable? Job not finished.
Right.
And that's how I felt. And you know, my biggest fear is being helpless, to the point where I can't accomplish what I'm reaching for. You know, I can't speak for nobody else. It's just, I'm so goal driven. I'm one of those people that when I put a goal to the side, I say, yo, I want to get this done. I'm going to do everything in my power to get that done. You know, I ain't going to say by hook or by crook, but by strength, grace, and mercy, I'm going to get that done. And so, you know, it was just one of those situations. And that's one, like I say, that's one of my greatest fears, not being able to accomplish what I'm reaching for. I'm blessed. Like I say, that situation made me see life. I mean, I was always an upbeat person, you know, and we all have our, you know, little days and little spells where we just, we don't give a fuck about, you know, so much shit. But I can honestly say I truly see life in a different perspective. Like, when you get to the point where tomorrow, Like, life is already like tomorrow is not never promised. But when you get to the point where you actually see and think, yo, I might not wake up tomorrow,
It puts you in a totally
different space. Yeah. And that's why I'm like I'm saying, I'm so happy, man. Everything. And it was a lot of stuff in my personal life that was going on that this situation actually helped.
You know what they said, man?
What that?
They was saying, man, somebody popped too many Viagra, man.
Shit! Let me tell y'all about that. And if my wife watching it before you. I took a Viagra one time.
The whole thing?
I don't know. I took a Viagra. I'm lying. I took a Viagra and I took a Cialis. When I took the Viagra,
both of them at the same time?
No, shit, no. No, I took Viagra on one occasion, and I took the Cialis on one occasion. Okay, the night I took the Viagra, and this stuff, but I'm gonna tell it anyway. The night I took the Viagra, I had, you know how you set a play up, like, yeah, I'm coming over, woo de woo. So the chick told me to come over. She was going to call me when she got home, woo de woo. After the club, I had been drinking, smoking, whatever, just being young. I said, man, I'm going to tell this up tonight. Got a Viagra from Pete.
Man, you snitched on camera.
No, I'm sorry, Pete. I got the Cialis from Pete. I got the Viagra. I think I got the Viagra from my uncle or somebody, but I got the Viagra, and I popped it. I popped it that night, and I was waiting for that girl to call me. Never called me.
No.
Bro, my dick was so hard, my stomach was hurting. I must have 7 times. It still didn't go down. I finally passed out. After probably about the 4th or 5th. I finally passed out and woke up. It was probably about 4:30, maybe 5 o'clock in the morning. I finally passed out. I woke right back up at 12. Still rock hard, stomach hurting. I'm like, oh my God, is it a horse? Is it something around here I can
Not a horse.
Man, that shit, man, look, man, that shit is the devil. Don't do that. Let me tell y'all something. All y'all young people out there, y'all stop doing these drugs that taking away your manhood. If you in your 20s, you don't need a Viagra.
In your 30s, you don't need it.
Well, shit, I ain't gonna lie.
We should be getting a check. We should be getting a check.
Yeah, we should be getting a check. But yeah, man, if you're in your 20s, man, you don't need no damn Viagra. You don't need you don't need no drugs that gonna boost your sex drive. Man, that shit is the devil. The time I took the Cialis, I don't even remember that chick name, but I'm pretty sure I did exactly what I was supposed to do.
Dog pound.
Oh yeah. She went to Pound Town, baby.
God dog.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. We talk about some good stuff, man. We talk about stuff I wasn't even expecting.
Yeah. I love it.
Anything, man, you want to let the people know out there that you haven't told them that you just want to let them know that they assume about Sly Thuty that you want to just clarify? If
I think everybody that know me pretty much know me to the degree of who I am and what I stand on and what I stand for. You know, I'm not a hard person to get along with. I'm not a person you could really easily hate. I mean, I try to treat people accordingly. I was raised on those morals of treat people how you want to be treated. And like I tell people all the time, like if I'm cool with you, or if I don't fuck with you, you wouldn't know the difference, because I'm gonna treat both of you with the same respect. you know, and that's how I try to be. I guess my big thing for people, um, the advice I can give to people right now is, man, focus on self-health, self-awareness. I mean, because like I've been through a lot. I didn't had my life almost taken. I almost died. I had a heart attack. I mean, I've been through a lot, so you know, I'm more than willing to, you know, have a heart for people because I know it's people out there going through certain things and don't really know how to, you know, what avenue to take or how to let it out. I mean, I'm here for you. I talk to you and tell you whatever you need to hear. I'm no counselor, but I'm definitely an ear and I'm definitely a voice. So, you know,
That's a lot.
yeah, that's a lot. And I mean, and that goes back to, you know, my mental health at one point in time because like I you know, to the people that know me a lot, you know, I tried suicide before. I tried it, and you know, thank God I wasn't successful. But like I say, I can, you know, be a voice and I can be an ear if you're going through something personally. I mean, I have no problem. So if you want to inbox me, call me, just talk, I'm all for it. You know, I mean, we all are put here to agree to disagree. So a lot of my views you might not be okay with, and that's fine because a lot of your views I'm not gonna be okay with. But at the end of the day, we're people, and you know we definitely deserve the right to be there for one another.
Okay. Yeah. Well said, man. Well, I appreciate you coming through.
No problem.
I appreciate it, man. They can find you on Facebook, right?
Oh yeah,
Sylvester Sly Thuty.
yes, Sly Thuty Taylor. You can find me on Instagram. Shit, I don't even know my Instagram name. Hold on.
Yeah, find the Instagram real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know they can find you.
Yeah. You can find me on IG. What is 30 for 30? Something
IG,
like that.
IG 30 for 30.
Yeah, 30 for 30 on IG.
THUTY.
Yes.
The number 4.
Yes.
THUTY.
Yes.
30,
THUTY 4 THUTY. You can find me on Instagram or Facebook. Like I say, DM me, call me, whatever. It don't matter. I mean, I don't mind sharing my story with anybody. If my story can help you to create your story, I'm okay with that.
J Lane. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.